Hare Krishna, welcoming everyone to Vrindavan Forest of Grace, Govardhan Eco Village. Today we will hear about Sanatan Goswami and his worshipable Lord Madan Mohan. After Lord Sri Krishna left this world, Maharaj Yudhishthir, unable to bear the separation from the Lord, also decided to leave. Before leaving, he coronated Maharaj Parikshit as the emperor of the world and the great grandson of Lord Shri Krishna, Vajranabh, as the king of Mathura. Mother Uttara had personally seen Krishna. When she saw the beautiful form of Madan Mohan, she exclaimed that Krishna's lotus feet are most revealed in this deity. When she saw the beautiful form of Radha Govind, she explained that the chest and the flute of the Lord are perfectly revealed in the deity of Radha Govind. And when she saw the divine form of Gopinath, she explained that the beautiful, sweet, smiling face of Sri Krishna is most perfectly revealed in this deity. Thus, these were the three most important deities of Raj. For a very long time, Madan Mohan performed his Leela of being unmanifested in this world. In Chaitanya Leela, when Sri Advaita Acharya appeared, then at the banks of the Yamuna, Madan Mohan revealed himself to him. Before leaving Vrindavan, Sri Advaita Acharya, with great love, entrusted Madan Mohan to a very pure-hearted Brahmana in Mathura, called Purushottam Chobe. This great devotee was completely free from all material inclinations. He worshipped Madan Mohan in the intimacy of his own child in Vatsalya Ras. Once Sanatan Goswami in Vrindavan was doing Madhukari and going house to house begging for a little prasad. Purushottam Chobe invited Sanatan Goswami and said, "I will give you nice prasad. Let me just take this prasad from the altar of the deity." Right before the eyes of Sanatan Goswami, Purushottam Chobe began to chastise the deity like his own child. "Why don't you finish this food I have given you?" He picked up a stick and was threatening Madan Mohan to punish him. When Sanatan Goswami saw this, he was shocked and he told Purushottam Chobe that this is not the proper process of deity worship. The deity of Krishna is non-different than Krishna himself. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is the cause of all causes. He is the absolute truth. You cannot treat Krishna like this. Krishna must be approached with great reverence and devotion. Not that you treat Krishna like your own child. Purushottam Chobe was a very humble devotee and he apologized. He said, "I am sorry. Now by your great mercy, I have understood the proper process of worshipping the deity." The same night, the beautiful form of Madan Mohan appeared to Sanatan Goswami in a dream. Madan Mohan said that for many years ago, I was installed by Vajranabh, the great grandson of Krishna. But over the period of thousands and thousands of years, I have ultimately been given to the care of this great Brahmana, Purushottam Chobe. Purushottam Chobe worships me in the Vatsalya Ras and he considers me his own child in pure love. But now that you have trained him to be a very formal process of Archana, I am not at all satisfied. So very soon this Brahmana will come to you and give this transcendental form of mine to you. As Dakshina, you should worship me with great care and great love as your life and soul. Sanatan Goswami then expressed to Madan Mohan, "O my Lord, I sleep under different trees every night. How will I worship you?" Madan Mohan said, "However you keep me, I will stay." Sanatan Goswami put Madan Mohan under a tree at the banks of the Yamuna and started worshipping him. He would beg for Madhukari and get atta. He would take that atta and mix it with Yamuna water and make balls. He would throw the balls in fire and then get immersed in his chanting. Suddenly he would remember and he had to turn the balls. Sometimes the balls would get burnt. With great devotion, then he would offer his offering to Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan was so satisfied with Sanatan Goswami's devotion that he would accept his offering. One day Madan Mohan told Sanatan Goswami, I have a small request. If only you could put a little salt in the batis. Sanatan Goswami said, my dear Lord, I have come here on the instruction of my spiritual master, Sri Chaitanya. Right now, I have no means to fulfill your desire. I have come here to write scriptures. As soon as I get some means, I will fulfill your desire immediately. In a couple of days, a wealthy merchant named Krishnadas Kapoor was passing by. His boat got stuck in the Yamuna. He was a wealthy merchant. He was asking everybody in Vrindavan who can help me. Everyone said, please go to Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami, when approached by Krishnadas Kapoor, said, how can I help you? I am a simple mendicant. If you want anything, please pray to my deity Madan Mohan. Krishnadas Kapoor started praying to Madan Mohan. Just as he was praying, the boat flowed clear, and Krishnadas Kapoor was so happy. The wealthy merchant felt indebted to Madan Mohan. He asked Sanatan Goswami, what can I do for him? And Sanatan Goswami said, please build a temple for Madan Mohan. Earlier, there were just deities of Krishna in the form of Madan Mohan, Govindji and Gopinath. The Goswamis would worship Srimati Radharani within the heart of the deity. In this way, they worshipped Radha Govindji, Radha Madan Mohanji and Radha Gopinathji. The son of King Pratap Rudra in Jagannath Puri, Purushottam Jana, felt that if common people could visually see Srimati Radharani, they would be so pleased. He very much wanted that Govind Dev and Madan Mohan be worshipped along with Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he decided to send two beautiful deities of Radhika to Vrindavan. When these deities were sent to the Pujari of Madan Mohan, that night the Pujari had a dream. In that dream, Srimati Radharani appeared and explained to him, the person who has sent these deities does not know that one of the deities is me, Sri Radharani, and the larger deity is Lalita Sakhi. Lalita Sakhi should be installed to the right of Madan Mohan, and the deity of myself, Sri Radhika, should be installed to the left of Madan Mohan. The Pujari had such a pure heart that everyone had complete faith in him. As he revealed this dream to the Vrajvasis, all the Goswamis and they all accepted what he said, and they had a grand installation at the Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan temple, where the two deities Lalita Sakhi and Radharani were installed to Radharani's desire. By the attack of Aurangzeb, many temples were destroyed. The main deities of Madan Mohan with Govindji, Gopinath were all shifted to Jaipur. The king of Jaipur was worshipping the deity, and eventually his daughter started worshipping Madan Mohan with great devotion. When she became of marriageable age, her marriage was fixed with the Prince of Karoli. Her daughter was praying to Madan Mohan that how am I going to stay without you in Karoli? She requested her father to please send Madan Mohan with him to Karoli. The father said, you have to go through a test. We will put 3 deities and you have to recognize which is Madan Mohan. The daughter cried the whole night and told Madan Mohan, if I can't recognize you, I will lose you and will I ever stay without you at Karoli? Madan Mohan appeared to her in the dream that night and said, when you come close to me and touch my body, I will lower my right hand. This way you will come to know that it is me. This is what happened, and the princess could recognize who is Madan Mohan. So till date, Madan Mohan has two flutes, some beautiful pastimes of Sanatan Goswami. One day, Rup Goswami wanted to offer some prasad to Sanatan Goswami. A beautiful little girl appeared and she offered Rup Goswami some milk, rice, sugar and spices and told him to prepare kheer. Later, she herself prepared the kheer and Rup Goswami brought it to Sanatan Goswami. As both the brothers tasted the kheer, they began to tremble in ecstasy. Sanatan Goswami asked Rup Goswami, "Where did you get this?" Rup Goswami explained the whole incident. After hearing the description of the little girl, Sanatan Goswami could understand that this is no other than Srimati Radharani. She had personally appeared and cooked for them. Sanatan Goswami told Rup Goswami, "We are the servants of the servants of the servants of Radharani's servants. How could you allow her to serve us?" Another very beautiful pastime is with the mosquitoes at Chakleshwar Mahadev. Sanatan Goswami was living near Chakleshwar Mahadev area at the Govardhan. He would light little lamps of ghee and would write his books. While he was living at Chakleshwar Mahadev, many mosquitoes would trouble him all the time and this would disturb his service. So one day he thought, let me leave from here and go to a more suitable place to perform my devotional service. Lord Shiva, who's Chakleshwar Mahadev, could not bear the thought of separation from Sanatan Goswami. So he appeared in the form of a Brahmana and asked Sanatan Goswami, "Please wait for just one day, and if the mosquitoes still trouble you, you could leave." Sanatan Goswami agreed, and Lord Shiva called for the demigod in charge of mosquitoes and gave him an order. "Please don't allow any of your insects to disturb Sanatan Goswami." From that day on, no mosquitoes bothered Sanatan Goswami, and till date there are no mosquitoes there. Sanatan Goswami in his old age would still circumambulate Govardhan each and every day. One day, Krishna came in the disguise of a cowherd boy and told him, "Why in your old age are you taking so much trouble to do this circumambulation?" Sanatan Goswami replied, "It is my service to Krishna, and Krishna is my life and soul." The boy went on the Govardhan hill and started playing his flute. A stone from Govardhan melted under his feet, and the boy brought that piece of stone and said, "Do you see Krishna's footprint and the footprint of his calf and also the impression of his stick on the stone? Just circumambulate the stone and that will be equal to performing the full circumambulation of Govardhan." This little boy personally carried the Shila to Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. Srila Prabhupada tells us about Sanatan Goswami and Madan Mohan. Srila Sanatan Goswami is the ideal spiritual master, for he is the one who delivers shelter of the lotus feet of Madan Mohan. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami first offers his obeisances to Madan Mohan Vigraha, the deity who can help us progress in Krishna consciousness. Madan Mohan represents Sambandha Tattva. Govind Dev represents Abhideya Tattva, and Gopinath represents Prayojan Tattva. As Srila Prabhupada says, these three deities have very specific qualities. Worship of Madan Mohan is on the platform of re-establishing our forgotten relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the beginning of our spiritual life, we must worship Madan Mohan Dev so that he may attract our hearts and nullify our attachment for material sense gratification. This relationship with Madan Mohan is necessary for our spiritual practice when we are in the stage of a neophyte devotee. As the person who establishes the worship of Madan Mohan, Sanatan Goswami occupies a very special position in the Chaitanyite disciplic succession. He is the teacher and representative of Sambandha Gnan, or knowledge of our proper devotional relationship with Krishna. Madan Mohan Dev gave blessings to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami to write his classic work, the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This way, we've seen beautiful pastimes and the history of Madan Mohan Dev Ji and his beloved disciple Sanatan Goswami. We welcome you to personally come and take darshan of the beautiful, enchanting form of Madan Mohan. All the guests have such beautiful experiences when they take darshan of Madan Mohan. We had a family come from Gujarat, Junagadh. When the head of the family was nearing and came right in front of Madan Mohan, he just saw Madan Mohan and he said, "શું શૃંગાર છે, બધા પૈસા વસૂલ થઈ ગયા." Hare Krishna.